Jake with Ninja Fit. I'm here again just to do a quick video to kind of talk a little bit more about different types of push-ups you could do probably to work different muscle groups that would be beneficial for self-defense purposes, right? So the regular push-ups, if you see me flat on the floor and I'm pushing straight out, I hope you can understand why that would be important. Those muscles that you're working there to be able to push somebody away, striking straight out, right? I think that makes enough sense for most people. But if you tried those, you got that, you can do those 10 push-ups and all that, and you built that, you feel pretty good with that, building a little bit of that strength up and all that, and you want to either increase that some way or work different muscles and challenge yourself in new ways, then there's always ways you can do that, right? You can bump up your number of push-ups that you're doing, right? And ladies, if you're watching this, don't worry, it's not going to make you look like a bodybuilder. It will tone you up a little bit, it will strengthen you, get rid of some of that flab that nobody likes having underneath their arms right there, right? But here's another version of push-ups I like to do, right? So if you're thinking about self-defense scenario and an attacker picking on you and picking you as their victim because they are bigger than you, probably stronger than you, right? Then I can see maybe a couple of different scenarios. Either one, I'm a shorter person, a shorter, probably female or something, and a big guy coming up at me, so I can see my strikes probably having to go up to his head. So working those muscles to where I'm pushing upward, not just straight out. I can see why that might be important. Or heaven forbid, maybe for some reason I ended up down on the ground or I'm on my knees or something, and I'm going to try to strike, right? I mean, I can definitely strike straight out in front of me, but if I'm trying to strike up, push them up and push them away, then this is a different set of muscles, right? So if that's something you're interested in trying, then here's another way you can challenge yourself and another set of way you can do your push-ups. So sometimes you might not always have something real cool like this fireplace here for you, but maybe a chair or a couch or something like that at your house you can put your feet up on. And so your feet are elevated, but your hands stay down on the floor, right? I'm doing my push-ups that way because it changes the angle of my push and it works different muscles out of my chest instead of just always these lower ones. Maybe now I'm working these top ones and getting a little bit of a different workout, right? You can do it a few different ways. If you are starting that off and putting your feet up there is way too hard to do 10. Maybe again, like 10 might be your goal to start off with, right? You can do 2 or 3 like that, but then you can't continue on. Well, then change it and it's not your feet, it's your knees then that you would put there, right? So an easier version of this would be your knees elevated and my hands still going down to the floor doing my push-ups that way, right? But the more challenging version would be go all the way to your feet and do them that way. One other thing you can do, and I'll do it a little bit more sideways so you can see probably a little bit better, is if that's, maybe you want to work out at home with your kids or something like that, and that one's simple enough for them to do, and you want to increase their challenge, then increase the height their feet are elevated to the point where they're walking themselves up the wall, right? You're working out, and that's not so much for self-defense practice as it is just for fun, for health, for getting in shape, if that's one of your resolutions for the new year, right? And a way you can kind of work out at home with your kids. I'm not that I want their feet up all over your wall, but maybe it can happen outside the house on the brick wall there or something. Maybe you've got something, some part of the house where they can safely do that, and working toward getting to being able to do a handstand or something. You can give them that as a goal, right? So that would be a good start, right? If I'm working on push-ups here with my feet elevated, and those seem pretty decent, then the next thing I can do would be start walking my feet up higher up the wall and try doing my push-ups that way, and that gets a lot harder. So there's another version of doing push-ups, just to give yourself a way to mix it up, but working out different muscle groups that you might use for pushing up, striking up, right? You're still going to use a lot of core muscles when you do that, hopefully if you're doing it strong and putting power in it, getting your whole body weight behind it. But making those muscles a little bit stronger could never hurt you, right? That couldn't be a bad thing. So there's a second way to work on doing push-ups for self-defense.
Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like more information for more videos that we produce, please check out ninjafit.com. And there's ways for you on that page to follow us, friend us, subscribe to us. We got Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and YouTube tabs on there, all for you to find more information about Ninja Fit, our program a little bit, and more videos off our YouTube page and Facebook pages that we'll post on instructional things, how to. Some of it's going to be for, how to for instructors, for our leadership students, and some of it's going to be how to basic things for some of our future students. So please check us out and enjoy.